I don't know how many of you are going to tune into this, but right now I'm looking at one of my neighbor's homes and this black Ford Mustang. Those of you who subscribe to my channel or have looked at some of my posts on living in a mobile home park, this appears to be the same vehicle that I made a video on last week. They're at my neighbor's home right now, across the way. My neighbors are in their 80s. They're very, very nice and kind people, and I am quite concerned about them. I'm just keeping an eye on things right now. I'm going to try and sit down for a moment and maybe see what develops here. I'm going to flip one blind, if I can figure out which one. This one here, and maybe you can see a little bit more clearly this vehicle. I'm pretty sure that this car is equipped with an electronic cutout where he can turn on or off a bypass in his exhaust system, because the car can be either very quiet or very loud. And I have no idea why this vehicle is in the neighborhood. I'm going to lean back a little bit. It's kind of hard for me to hold the position I'm in. Thank you for joining me. It appears that someone is watching this with me. But this is not going to be something involving a chat session. I'm sorry. We are keeping, Valerie, we are keeping an eye on this black Ford Mustang. I try and keep a close watch on my neighbors. And this appears to be the same black Mustang that had mysteriously appeared about a week ago in our neighborhood. That vehicle that came through here last week, I believe, had an electronic cutout on it. And he's been proceeding from mobile home to mobile home with some sort of a tablet. And but when he came to my house, he had his cutout engaged and made a lot of noise last week. So we're just surveilling right now. It's very interesting here. I spent 35 years in Bloomington Normal. We had very, very close-knit communities up there, even though they were somewhat dynamic. And in the neighborhoods that I lived in up there, when we had problems with noise or problems with neighbors, we had an alderwoman, Karen Schmidt, who helped me to organize a a phone call chain. And if any neighbor had an issue, they were instructed to call other neighbors. And then we would all simultaneously call the police department. And by doing so, once there were multiple calls to the police department regarding any individual, a complaint could be made to the landlord of the property by actually the city council to deal with the individual accordingly. But in the community that I live in, people are very reluctant to get involved. And as a result, there's been a decline in the quality of life here. Again, thank all of you for joining. Thanks to all of you for joining and watching. Yes, indeed, it is unfortunate, Valerie. So, all I know is to try and keep watch over my neighbors. I've been here for over 15 years now. Much has changed. See, this is what happens when people, they quote unquote bury their head in the sand and think that, well, that's as long as it's my neighbor's problem, it won't eventually become my own, until eventually everyone withdraws into their own silos or cocoons, and then the integrity of the neighborhood is lost. So once again, thank you to those of you who are watching this and bearing with me. I don't know how long the battery's going to hold on my phone, and I admit it's getting a little heavy. See if I can zoom in. There you can see the vehicle. Valerie, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't very often do live videos like I used to do anymore. I wish I could. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately, my window isn't very clean. I'm going to zoom back out, though, so I can keep an eye, just in case the individual does come out of the home. And maybe we can get a better look at him. There's still a few of us in this neighborhood that are in their upper 70s or even in their 80s. I myself, I'm 64. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate your company. You have a great day. God bless you. Stay safe, hon. The time right now, at this moment, is approximately 15:49 Central Standard Time on the 23rd of February, 2026. I know that the couple that lives in that home does have a daughter. Unfortunately, I don't have the daughter's telephone number, and I'm unable to reach her. But if I did, I would probably be calling her to let her know what's going on. I know that she helps to manage these people's affairs. I'm just praying a lot right now in this moment. I'm going to try and flip another slat. Make it a little easier for us to see here. There. I apologize for my hand being so unsteady. I wish I could make the assumption that this person might be an investigator, but from what I observed last week, I don't think he is. causes me so much concern is that I know that stress can kill people. And I've seen it happen. And these neighbors of mine are two of the kindest and most generous people I've ever known. They're genuinely good-hearted people with very kind souls. I would say at this point that vehicle has been over there for close to 20 minutes now. Again, thank you all for helping to witness this. I wouldn't want anyone to have to live in an environment where such tactics would be used against residents. It also makes me wonder just how much my own mother had to go through while she was living here alone. She lived here before I did for many years. And I can't help but remember my mom in these moments. Again, thank you all for joining and helping to witness this. We're going to keep this camera going as long as I can. It's kind of a difficult situation that I'm in because not knowing who this individual is, and if I make too many calls to the police department, then I would become a nuisance. And I do have a reputation to protect myself. Excuse me. I would say that that car's been there and that individual has been away from it for probably close to 30 minutes at this point. And you can see how they have blocked the driveway of my neighbor's home as well. They're also parked in such a manner that they can make a quick getaway if they'd care to. The vehicle that was here last week had Indiana plates on it. I didn't get the number. But as you can see, there is no front license plate displayed on the vehicle. And it looks like our subject is departing now. Zoom out a bit. You can hear his exhaust. We'll see how much noise he makes as he departs. And it looks like he's going to come over here now. And I'm not going to answer the door. We're going to step over here for a few moments. Sounds as though he's departing. May have left something inside my screen door. Here you can hear the sound of his exhaust. Couldn't quite get that license plate number. Okay. I'll step around here and see what kind of a little message that he's left in the screen door. Bear with me for a few moments, folks. Or if he's left anything in there at all. It says here, taped to the outside of my door. Flip it around so you can see it. Looks like it says Fehrenbacher Mobile Home Community. Important notice, immediate contact required. Dear resident, management has been unable to contact you because we do not currently have correct or working contact information on file for your household. This matter is extremely time sensitive and requires your immediate attention. Please contact me immediately upon receiving this notice to update your contact information and discuss an important community matter. Andy Maines, Community Manager, 618-202-5567. Fehrenbacher at thecommunitymail.com. If this notice has been left in error, please contact management immediately so our records can be corrected. Fehrenbacher Mobile Home Community Management. Okay. Well, for those of you who don't know the backstory, Mr. Maines operates out of Terre Haute, Indiana. For the past several months, I've been receiving my rental statements as processed through Blank Family Communities out of Bloomfield Township, Michigan. Mr. Maines took over quite abruptly from our on-site manager, who was Sherry Yates for several years, and had been using Tom Fehrenbacher's, the previous owner, or the builder of the mobile home community, had been using his business address as a mailing address. And when I had investigated this, came to find out that Mr. Fehrenbacher had not authorized either Mr. Maines or Blank Family Community Management to use his address. For the past several months, I've been receiving mail which originates out of Ohio with a statement on it for my rent which I have been mailing via registered certified mail with a return receipt requested. And those checks have been cashed. And the subsequent statements all have indicated that the amount that I was remitting was applied to my balance. I have reached out to the postal inspectors on this. This started happening about a year ago, or actually back about May of last year. I literally had to go to our courthouse to find out who the owners were of the mobile home park and who the management was. It took about 2 days to get verification. And this is what happens. You have an owner that resides in Florida, H.H. Alney LLC, which delegates a middle manager corporation, in this case, the Blank Communities Management Company out of Bloomfield Township, Michigan, who in turn delegates local management to an accountant out of Terre Haute, Indiana, who maintains a local telephone number, a cell phone number, but a local telephone number, 618 area code, and only appears about once or twice a week, if that, to inspect the community. According to state law, addresses must be provided, physical addresses must be provided to residents in the state of Illinois of the contact information for the local area manager. And Mr. Maines has not been doing this. It's an unfortunate situation. I do not share my telephone number or my email with individuals such as this, because in the past, I have had such information shared without my authorization. And in fact, have had several occasions where my own identity has been compromised. Unfortunately, this is the world that we live in. And as far as I'm concerned, this is simply another attempt for them to gain access to my identity. And as far as I'm concerned, if he won't reveal his to me, honestly, why should I reveal my information to him? That's all I've got for you today, folks. Thank you all for coming aboard. And I'm sorry, Pat, I don't have time to chat right now. This is kind of a serious matter, but it's good to see that you're here. And but I better go ahead and file this recording in the mobile home chats section of my channel. So, once again, reporting from the United States of America, From what is known as the Fehrenbacher Mobile Home Community, owned by H. Alney, LLC, out of Florida. On the 23rd of February, 2026, at 16:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm Bruno Viava. Thank you for watching and participating. And good luck. And Godspeed to all of you. I just got to remember how to shut this down. It's been a while since I've done a live.